Greetings and salutations. I hope everyone's having themselves a mighty fine day. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell down so the goals of the third day mod series doesn't get you. And you can stay notified. A little bit of a different topic today. I actually want to talk about the Tales user story universe and the implications that the Luminous Ones and the Primordial Darkness, which created Phantaminum, has on what we know already. I can't remember the names of all of his other series and little things that he's done, but Phantaminum was known as one of the top 5 Axis users, but we didn't really know about his story and his tale. I don't know if SIU has decided to change that, but I do like that he's tied Urek, Mazino's, and Phantaminum's kind of like pathways to one another together in a way that to me seems inevitable. They have to clash outside the tower at some point. I don't think it'll happen inside the tower, but I don't know if Mazino's strong enough to do it as a luminous one. I don't know if he's even the strongest of the luminous ones that's ever existed. However, it's very interesting to note, because how many times have you heard me say that Phantaminum is not a Tower of God character? I'm almost starting to feel similarly about Mazino, especially based on what Hadon said, but this is very interesting to me because if you guys had read the alternate translation that didn't use shining ones, they used luminous ones, you would have noticed there was a very important piece of dialogue in there. After Phantaminum was created as order and went and subjugated and turned all of the luminous ones into jewelry and started wearing them, the darkness called him back like, all right, job's finished. Come back to the darkness. And some seeker of the darkness says, there's so many Kingdom Hearts jokes here I can make, but I'm not gonna go too crazy with it. But he said no. He said, hold on, I'm iced out. You'll see my wrist. I have no jewelry. I don't wear jewelry like that. But like, he's like, I'm not going back. So now you have to wonder, is Phantaminum doing his own thing? Is he looking for more luminous ones to turn into jewelry? If not, why isn't he chasing after Mazino? Does he know Mazino's alive? Does he know Mazino's after him? Or now that he's done what he's done and he doesn't care about what the darkness is asking him, he's on his own journey to get power or to just explore the grander Tales user story universe? What is he doing? Why did he even come in the tower? Why did he pull up the Jihad immediately? Because he knew Jihad was the king and saw him and went like, oh no, that's not it. And remember, Yuri has met Phantaminum too, the riddle. So you have to remember all of these things. And I just wonder, like, what does this mean for the TOS universe? Is he kind of reeling it in and kind of trying to package it in with Tower of God really only, but have some outside of the tower stuff come full circle back into the tower and vice versa back outside of the tower? Or is he still on his gimmick? I'm making an MCU, but like the webtoon version, like I'm going to make Tower of God and make another series. What do you guys think this really means? Like, what are these implications? Because I find it to be rather fascinating. I've always wanted to explore the wider Tales user story universe, not just what we're doing in the tower, and I'm starting to think that Phantaminum's gonna have a grander role overall. Maybe not necessarily in the Tower of God series, but if we get other spin-offs and side stories with very strong characters, I think it'll happen. I think another character to think about too is Enryu. Enryu's level of importance has been elevated to me as a result of this, because now I feel like Enryu, Mazino, and Phantaminum are kind of outlier irregulars similar to Baam. Baam was born by 2 irregulars in the tower, killed. They went outside and revived him and he came back in. I don't know what that means, but that makes him different, right? And some people, and I think there's credence to this, think that maybe the darkness, because remember, 25th Baam could mean the night. And Rachel's scared of the night, the nighttime. Night is associated with what? Black. Black is what? Dark. Darkness, the primordial darkness. Could this be their second attempt to try to reel in the light, and that's why Baam is known as a devourer, and his Shinsu is black and things like that? Is Baam their second attempt at a Phantaminum? Even if it's like the darkness is really the outside god that gave Baam this task and like put power into the empty husk. And I believe that there has to be at least 2 outside gods. This might sound stupid to you, but just bear with me for a second. This is my tinfoil hat theory. You know, I'm not really a theory person or a prognosticator, but my mind has been spinning. Machine and plant god in the tower. Why do I bring that up? That was kind of the natural state of things. So plants are something you can associate with nature, things that are natural, life, plants, wildflower, trees, animals, things like that. Nature, natural, machine, mechanical, steel, iron, man-made, man-created. If you know anything about the main theme of Sonic the Hedgehog, it's nature versus machine. Eggman is the person who destroys land, destroys the environment, and creates machinery. But Sonic and those guys live in harmony with nature and like nature. Green Hill Zone, things like that. So I feel like those two gods are in the tower. Outside the tower, I feel like there has to be an outside god of darkness, order, no movement, Phantaminum, light, movement, life, time, Mazino. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, there has to be a light god too. So anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I'm not sure if that made sense to a lot of people, but I'm very excited for these implications and what it can mean on the overall impact on Tower of God and possibly the Tales user story universe. But let me know what you guys think. If there's anything you think I forgot to mention that you could also tie into all of these things. And you gotta wonder, like, Enryu came into the tower already able to use Shinsu apparently. How? When he just appeared on the 43rd floor, the floor of death, right? He's got to be special in his own right. Mazino came into the tower extremely strong. He's a luminous one. That has importance. And Phantaminum was already like an axis, if you will, or a primordial darkness created being of order who also went into the tower. I think those three are different. I'm starting to think the 13 Great Warriors are just normal irregulars from the standpoint of they opened the tower from the outside and that's it. Mazino came in super strong. Enryu came in mega strong. Phantaminum came in uber duper absolutely strong. Baam came in much weaker than all of them. The most growth. And then Mazino has the least amount of growth, and I think the 13 Great Warriors are somewhere in the middle of that. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below before I keep rambling. I'm very excited. Obviously, you can see, like, this has reignited so much passion into me to create more Tower of God videos and whatnot. So anyways, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Come to the Patreon and be safe. We have been bleeding numbers and pledgers over the last few months. I really need your guys' help and support on the Patreon. But for everyone who's here, I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the CBLs. That's the Certified Baam Lovers. Also a huge shout out to the Priests of Fire, 2nd tier. Best Brilith Gang. Could be the real CBLs. And a huge shout out to tier 3, the 5th Zen Gods. Shout out to Big Chief, Gray, Johnny Rogers, Ketan, Lucky Roo, Muzaka, Scobe, Simi, Zyler, Scotty, Big Abdel, Agrona Vitera. Your support is greatly appreciated. The other day, I was able to eat some sugared grass that was frozen like popsicles. We moving on up, people. We eating good now.